Tender Taibu. It will also deal with the Zimbabwe failure to qualify for the Cricket World Cup. It will also deal with going out to restore pride in our national cricket team, that the current ZC board must go. Today being Friday the 16th, at the Media Center, my statement begins. The recent turmoil which has surrounded Zimbabwe cricket has drawn in cricket followers from all over the country and indeed the world over. As an avid cricket follower, I wholeheartedly support the chevrons. I'm also a member of parliament. As such, the concerns of my constituents are my concerns too. I say this because my background, I started playing cricket in 1984 at Frank Johnson School. I also played at Lord Malvern, and I worked with the Zimbabwe Cricket Union then, when Arun Pichanik was the president, when Dave Houghton was the director of coaching, and with a man called Dave Levy. Some of the young boys will never know, but Joe knows who Dave Levy was. And played for Odararens together with Graham Hick at the time. So certainly I have an understanding of cricket. I was involved with the development of cricket at the time, taking cricket to the high density areas so that the blacks could be part of cricket as well. So it's clear for people to understand the background. So I'm just not a mere politician, a member of parliament. If there's anything, I'm actually supposed to be a real sports administrator par excellency, but I decided to divulge into something which is not what I understand. There's been growing anger at the way in which Zimbabwe cricket has been run by its current and previous boards. The anger was brought to a head recently when the Zimbabwe Cricket Board unceremoniously sacked Heath Strick, Tender Taibu, and their technical team, as well as the coaches and the technical teams for the Zimbabwe A and under-19 teams. The game of cricket in Zimbabwe is at a standstill. As the second most popular sport in Zimbabwe, with supporters numbering millions, the crisis which has arisen cannot be ignored. We cannot have a situation where the board fails to introspect. I think when the team is not doing well, when the management is not doing well, we also must look at the board. For a very long time, it is the players and the coaches who are fired, and yet we don't look at the board. But we've realized that the problem is not the players, it's not the management, but it is the board itself. And as such, it is about time we deal with the board. There is a history behind this. The aspect of even Steve Mangonge, when he was the national team coach, he was fired, whether you agree with him or not, but he won against Australia. He also had a lot of issues with Tender Taibu. I personally clashed with Tender Taibu at some point when he was young, when we believed then that it was the whites and Indians who were trying to run this sport and take over. The racism in cricket, we know about it. We went past that. Then we said, okay, we now have blacks who are going to come in, run cricket. The mistake we made was to identify blacks who had never seen a cricket ball, who had never touched a cricket bat. And this is where the problem went, with people like Osias Bute coming in, with people like Mkutlani coming in. My good friend and lawyer, brother Wilson Manasa, with due respect, he's a great lawyer, but he's not a great cricket administrator. We must be able to separate that. Osias Bute is a banker. He got his degree in India, whether it's true or not, but that's a different thing. That's for another day. There's no point, has he ever touched a cricket ball? Mukutlan is a pharmacist. Where does it come in terms of cricket? We are then asking all these people to tell us their CVs pertaining to think cricket. Where did they play cricket, and how come they're involved in cricket? Their involvement in cricket is to come and steal money. We must be very clear. We were all together when we fought the racism in cricket. We also must be together when we also criticize blacks who are corrupt and blacks who are stealing money. So since the entry of cricket by Osias Bute, he came in, money which was coming from ICC. Cricket has a lot of money. They are sponsored by the ICC. There is no accountability in terms of that money. Metbank, which is owned by his uncle Kamshinda, where he also has interest, banks, cricket banks with Metbank. Conflict of interest. How can you be the boss and also allow a financial institution which you also run to also be the one that keeps your money? It's never been done before. How can cricket with so much money be owing money? Today, every little money that comes through cricket, some of it goes to Metbank in terms of interest and so forth. But we want to now know that where has the money that Metbank has received from cricket gone to? The millions which are missing, which they've not paid back. Players are not being paid in terms of the welfare of cricket. Coaches are not being paid, yet money is made available. Cricket Union is owed over 20 million by Nedbank. Why are they not paying that money? How can the Reserve Bank allow an institution like Nedbank to be operational when it's not able to give people its money? It must go. We must be very clear about the corporate governance on this country. We cannot have a mafia type of approach, thinking that people are stupid. We are very clear about the old dispensation. When with the former president, we had enough of that. Moving forward, we're also going to deal with those people who worked with the former president. In fact, these are the G40s of cricket, and we shall fish them out, because we are tired of having people going behind politicians. They were hiding behind the former president because he was the patron of the Zimbabwe cricket. And they always say that whatever they were doing was in the blessing of the former president. There's a new dispensation. And our call is very clear to the president, Emerson Dabunzo Mnyangagwa, that it's good that you have a Ministry of Sport, but there is no sport that you can talk about when there's no proper administration of cricket. The SRC, what is it doing? We have people who are being given money which is stolen from cricket. Journalists too, you are also part of this rot. You go to overseas trips at the expense of destroying a sport in this country, where young people cannot enjoy, the sport that they must play. And you think we must watch that? Thank God to social media. We are able to now talk about it openly and be able to expose whatever has happened. I was approached by a group of concerned members of the cricket fraternity who asked me to assist them in having their voices heard. The completion of this group impressed me by the manner in which it crosses all races, culture, religions, whilst at the same time consists of people with a wealth of cricket knowledge and expertise. My heart bleeds to see young people passionate about cricket not being involved in cricket because of these criminals. It's time that we are able to separate the criminals and the cricket people. And this is the time to do it. And we will not allow a situation like this to happen. I see young boys in the high densities, all these clubs which were set up, cricket is taken over, became the second biggest sport because of the performance. And yes, the future was now in the hands of the black people who were now playing cricket across the board. In terms of administration, the blacks were competent. In terms of playing, the blacks were competent. With people like Henry Olonga, now you say to yourself, okay, Henry Olonga probably saw before we saw what was happening in cricket. You don't blame him for the decisions he made, but it was made political at the end of the day. Any move that is done to try and criticize this mafia led by Mvute is said to be political at the end of the day. So I have decided as a politician to tackle how political this is, because we cannot have people who are not politicians trying to play the political card all the time. I am a politician. Where is politics in this? Where is politics when people steal? Where is politics when the flag of the country is not going high? Afghanistan, we lost. Yes, you know that I asked the minister in parliament during question time to say, why is our sport deteriorating? Why are we not competing? Why are we not going to World Cups, cricket, soccer, everything? And the minister was misinformed, saying, no, we are doing well playing Afghanistan. I said, no, minister, if you knew, our level of cricket in Zimbabwe does not allow us to play against Afghanistan. That's like a B league of cricket. We're supposed to have an automatic entry as an ICC member. Why were we downgraded from ICC to where we are? Because Peter Chingoka had equally overstayed. That's the problem when leaders overstay. You saw what happened when the former president overstayed Mugabe. Now we're in this situation. Peter Chingoka also overstayed in cricket, but he is not gone. He then has proxies that are working on his behalf. We must understand this. The sport certainly needs people like this, yet the majority of them struggle to have their opinions and contributions tabled. They've come to me as a member of parliament. I'm a national member of parliament. I'm just not a member of parliament for Noto. Equally, while I'm in Norton, there's cricket that must be played in Norton. And I don't believe that cricket will be played in Norton when we have such administrators running the sport. I shall represent the people of Zimbabwe in terms of cricket, in terms of any issue that is of national importance. And cricket is of national importance. These guys are so silly in that they've not even appointed the patron of the Zimbabwe cricket to show you how aligned they are with Mugabe. Mugabe is gone, but they're still there. Why has the patron of the Zimbabwe Cricket Union not changed to the current sitting president as the patron of the Zimbabwe cricket? You can see that they still have an affiliation for the former president. I think they're still taking instructions from the Blue Room. This aforementioned group feels that the state of cricket in Zimbabwe is in shambles. The firing of Streak, Taibu and company is unjustified and is merely a cover-up of the shortfalls that Zimbabwe Cricket Board are responsible. I mean, for us today, can I tell you one thing about this country, the beauty of this country? We are beyond racism. The blacks are in control. And those who are in minority know that, and they must respect us. Failure to respect us, there is no place in this country. We fought racism in rugby. We fought racism in cricket. And it is stupid for them to try and tell us that there is racism in cricket. The sport is being run by black people. So how stupid can you be to say that there is racism when you are in control of the sport as black people? They are the ones who appointed the whites to be doing the job. So now you talk about racism. Where is racism? Let the players who are playing talk about racism. Makai Antini was here recently. He left. He is a black South African, a hero, who comes to want to really do something for Zimbabwe because he feels his country does not appreciate him. But we still did not treat him in a proper way. What does that say for us as a nation? Makai Antini, was it also racism? So this issue of being divided by crooks, that there is racism, is certainly not true. There is nothing racist about his trick. There is nothing racist about Tatenda Taibu. His trick went to Falcon, speaks fluent in the belly than these guys. For your own information. He's always been pro-Zimbabwe in everything that is done. And in this era that we're in, we certainly embraced everyone. Senator Dave Coltert, when he was the Minister of Sport, he was very clear. Now I'm actually likely to say, listen, I think we've got bad black administrators. I think that's what I'm going to say as a black man. Because when the Minister of Sport, Dave Coltert, was white, he did a good job. We want merit. We are not about race in terms of results. As long as you have your country at heart, that's what we want. And I think the experience of people like Coltert, his trick, are important in showing nationalism and patriotism that we need for any future to move forward. Given my position as a cricket lover and as a member of parliament, I've decided to hit the core of my constituency and give them a platform to speak from. They've tabled the following issues. One, the development of grassroots cricket has died. In Zimbabwe, children across the board do not have access to sport. With Group A schools where people, Zijo, who was here, was moved to Masvingo to go and introduce cricket. It doesn't even come from there, but it was decentralized to ensure that cricket is played. I set up 7 provinces, Mat North, Mat West, just to name a few, because I wanted to see cricket growing, because we felt that the whites were not spreading the sport. So we decided to ensure that the sport was decentralized. Everybody had an opportunity to play the sport. All the cricket clubs which were there, the country clubs, were done properly. The groundsmen were there. We did not have to take anything. We must respect the groundsmen in cricket who have maintained those grounds, who have been experienced enough to do that. There's got to be a transfer of skills. And when there's transfer of skills, let's not call it racism at the end of the day. These grounds were well maintained by these black groundsmen. They are black, they've excelled well. The league is in shambles and matches are regularly cancelled due to excuse of perennial lack of funds. Lack of funds because they are misappropriating the funds. Metbank has over 20 million for cricket. Why don't they give that? They are all waiting. Their eyes are all on the ICC money. When they see the ICC money, they are crazy. They don't know what to do. It's foreign currency. The players are paid 40% of the full salary. Instead of being paid in foreign currency, they're paid in RTGS. If gold miners are being paid in foreign currency, if tobacco farmers are being paid in foreign currency because they're generating foreign currency, why can the cricket players too be paid in foreign currency? Because they're generating foreign currency for the country. They must be given their dues. There is no debate there. Whatever they are owed, they must be given according to the currency that they generate. The ZPL started but was not concluded despite promises made by the ZC board that this would feed the first-class system. So what you have is a situation where there is no structure. In having no structure, you're not having players coming through. And when players are not coming through, there is no way that you can perform well. So you're relying on old players, you're relying on politics, and so forth. Where are the former players? Look at some of the former players in cricket in South Africa. They become TV presenters, they become analysts. Where are the former players in terms of the structures of cricket, being directors of cricket in the various provinces, the various clubs that they are? Yes, Tashinga was good, but we cannot just have one Tashinga. We must have many of these to show that cricket is growing at the end of the day. The facility Tashinga has must be replicated in every constituency, in every ward, to ensure that we give everybody an opportunity to play cricket. The Logan Cup, which we all knew about, has again been stopped, and this will not reach a conclusion for 2017-2018 season. 5, the ZCT staff and players have not received their match salaries to date, as they've only received 40% of their February salaries at the end of the day. These are people with families. You are so callous, so cruel, to a point that you want these young men who are earning money from cricket not to be able to take care of the families going to school. For how long can we sit, fold our arms, and watch such a cruel system, do this to its own? And you're doing this to your own black people. And you want to talk about racism. Who are you blindfolding here? Ground staff who are already paid low wages have also not been paid and are almost destitute. Look at our great facilities in cricket. If you see Harare Sports Club, it's the groundsmen who are passionate, who are doing their job. We can't even pay them. What does that say of us as a people? There's also a long list of employees and ex-employees still owed money by ZC, while ZC is making no effort to rectify this. The list of unfairly dismissed employees is outstandingly long. The board is largely populated by persons with little or no cricket knowledge, which is made apparent through the decisions made. None of them absolutely. I'll say this: the Minister of Health is a doctor. The Minister of Legal Affairs is a lawyer. So why is cricket given people who don't have expertise? Is it because there are no people? People, it's a talent. We cannot have people with a certain profession coming in to take our jobs. Let me think cricketers, as dull as we are, because we said sports people are dull anyway, let us also run our own affairs in terms of that industry. We cannot allow people to come in and take over our jobs in the industry. The cricketers must also run cricket themselves, just like the lawyers and the doctors do what they do. I've never seen the Zimbabwe Medical Board, which is not made of lawyers. I've never seen the Law Society, the Zimbabwe Medical Board, which is not made of doctors. I've not seen the Law Society, which is made. Cricket is the only board which has non-cricket people. And you can imagine the disaster that is. The board has repeatedly failed to heed the calls for reform and refused to listen for advice and guidance. And this comes in when people write things which are not true because of the few shillings that you get to pay your rent and so forth. You feel we must compromise the country. No. I think there's a time that we must understand and appreciate lessons about this country. When people are quiet, it does not mean they're not talking. Lessons must learn from the former president, how he was ousted, who celebrated, who gave information. All these people are quiet because we are just peace-loving people. But that's not to say we are weak. That must not be taken for it. And this will show that Zimbabwe cricket-loving people are not weak. If there's anything that will show unit, is this. We'll be more than happy to approach His Excellency to be the first patron of this board. Failure to which the ZCC board does not resign in 7 days. We shall create a parallel structure. If there are over 110 political parties in this country, why can't cricketers get together and set up their own cricket union where our patron will be Emerson Mnangagwa? Nothing stops you from doing that. This is democratic. The SRC is empowered to have associations joining them. The 7 days that we're giving them, they'll be playing cricket on their own, they'll be watching cricket on their own. We shall call all citizens of Zimbabwe to boycott any international match played by these people until they are gone. We need the right people to be running cricket. As you can see, all these are very serious matters and call into doubt the ability of the Zimbabwe Cricket Board to effectively manage the sport in Zimbabwe. Given the evidence and facts as presented before me, as well as the numerous calls for action, I've decided to assist as best as possible. I never pick a fight that I lose. Cricket is close to my heart. I'm passionate about it. The reason why, fellows in sport, the reason why I've not been involved in cricket is an emotional part of my life. I keep quiet. But that's not to say I've been ignoring you and I cannot do anything. But I'm now going to be back to ensure that we do the right thing for the sport. I've been appalled by the way cricket is treated, by the way sport is treated in this country. That's the reason why I keep quiet. I thought maybe if I can go into politics and ensure that the economy is right, then we are able to address other issues. But now I realize that there is a gap. But I will make sure And I promise you that that gap will be covered. This is just the first call of cricket. We will go to rugby and we will go to all the other sports which I know certainly needs a redress. As a passionate cricket lover, I'm therefore joining their call for action to be taken to save our sport. As an MP, I'll assist the process by engaging with the Minister of Sport, Sports, Arts and Recreation, as well as the Sports and Recreation Commission, which is a totally toothless bulldog. We don't even need it at all. I don't know what it's doing. This is an act of parliament. I've always challenged the minister, can you fire this board? It knows nothing. All they are into is allowances, traveling, courses and so forth, being given coupons and all that. We don't need that. We need a SRC, which is run by professionals in sport, where if there's a cricket representative, we all sit down as cricketers and we elect somebody. If it's rugby, if it's hockey, it's like that, because we know who we are at the end of the day. I want to say that the minister has been very warm to this. I've spoken to him, I've interacted with him. I chaired the Committee on Sports, Education and Culture before I was expelled from ZANU-PF, but I'm still part of the committee. You know that I'm the only MP that has chaired 2 committees in one session. One is ZANU-PF and one is an independent. That's history. So I'm still effective. So that you must not worry. I also sit on the Sports and Education, Sports and Arts, Culture Parliamentary Committee. Certainly these issues will be brought. The minister has agreed to also meet us to be able to put a document together. And what I'm saying to the people here is that this is just a start. There's no way that we can go and see the minister without everybody being involved. Everybody will be involved. On Sunday, 10 o'clock, we're meeting everybody in the provinces to hear what they have to say and put a proper document. We have people like Justice Ibrahim, who is a man of integrity. I remember how he used to be involved in cricket and now is to run cricket. And these are people that are even trusted by His Excellency. We should be entrusted to ensure that they run cricket. I wish to reiterate the call to action emanates from cricket fraternity in Zimbabwe, and it is driven by people who have a commitment to the game of cricket and ultimately and above all have a passion and commitment for their country. Cricketers, you can no longer fold your arms, and you cannot be divided by the few people who are not cricket loving. People who are coming in to steal money. That's all they are doing, and whose businesses are run badly. Look at Ozes with the cricket, he destroyed. He went to Air Zimbabwe, he destroyed. He went to Metbank, he destroyed. His reputation is destroying institutions. And today we still trust him to be able to run cricket. Zimbabwe cricket is at crossroads, and I feel that if we act sensibly now and seek solutions, then as Zimbabweans will once again be proud of the sport of cricket. Section 32 of the SRC Act provides for the minister to appoint a committee to administer the affairs of cricket, pending rewriting its constitution and election of a new board. This will effectively take cricket forward, and I strongly feel this is the route that needs to be taken for sanity to prevail. This matter is way beyond any racism allegations being made as a smokescreen to the real issues, which is that of alleged mismanagement and misappropriation of funds by the Zimbabwe Cricket Board. Hence, I reiterate the cry that the board must go. Hashtag ZC board must go. And I think we're very clear on that. And I want to thank you for attending and saying that we are in this together for as long as it lasts. And I will be presenting this issue in Parliament to all the necessary offices, even to His Excellency, because certainly he's not being informed, but through the Minister's office, we expect the Excellency to be fully briefed on this issue. This is a subject for it to be on the agenda of the next cabinet.